You've got good guys on your team. The trucks are rolling, the jobs are getting done, and you still can't figure out why some weeks feel like you're moving forward and others just feel like you're spinning your fucking wheels. The contractors who have figured this out aren't working harder than you. They're tracking 5 KPIs every single week that show them exactly where the money is going and exactly where to find more of it. Today, I'm giving you all 5, what they are, why they matter, and how to track them in 15 minutes a week. Real quick before we dive in, I've already built a free tracker that walks you through all 5 numbers in a simple Google sheet that takes 15 minutes to fill out every single week. So while you're watching this video, know that by the time it's over, you'll have everything you need to start tracking this every week. The link is in the description below. It's completely free. Go grab it. Now, let's talk about the 5 numbers that will tell you exactly what's really going on inside your business. KPI number 1, tech revenue per day. You ever looked at your revenue number at the end of the month and feel like something still doesn't add up? Like the work was there, but the profit wasn't where it should be. That's exactly what this first metric is designed to catch. It's called the tech revenue per day, and it's the ultimate efficiency metric. Here's how you calculate it. Take your total revenue for the week and divide it by the number of field employees that you have. Then divide that by the number of days that they worked. That number tells you exactly how much value each tech in the field is generating every single day. Now, here's why this one matters so much. Most contractors think in total revenue, right? Like we did 80 grand this month. Okay, but how many people did it take to produce that 80 grand? Because 80,000 with one guy in the field is completely different story than 80,000 with 8 guys, right? One of those is a thriving business and the other one is quietly bleeding out. We all know that, right? This number tells you whether your team is optimized or whether you've got too many people not producing enough work. It also tells you when you're actually ready to hire, right? Not when it feels like time, but when the number tells you it's time. There's a big difference between those two things. Let me break down number 2. It's called gross profit per job. And this is where most contractors find out the difference between being busy and actually being profitable. Because here's the thing, a full schedule feels great. Trucks rolling, phones ringing, crews staying busy. But busy and profitable are not the same thing. And this number is what proves it. Here's how it works. Take what a job brought in and subtract the direct costs like labor and materials, right? What's left is your gross profit on that job. And when you start tracking this number, some jobs are going to surprise the hell out of you, right? You're going to look at that job that you thought was super solid and you're going to realize that you barely made anything on it. And you're going to look at another job and realize that's where your real money is actually coming from. That's the whole point of this metric. It shows you which jobs are actually building your business and which ones are keeping you busy. Once you know that, you can make smarter decisions about where to focus your time, right? What to charge and what kind of work you should be going after more to get. This one is the health check on your entire sales process, and it's called lead to close rate. Out of every lead that comes in this week, how many actually turned into a booked job for you? 10 leads came in, 7 got booked. That's a 70% lead to close rate. Now, here's the thing most contractors get completely wrong. They spend all their money generating leads, and then they lose half of them in the phone call, right? The CSR picked up late, the follow-up was too slow, and the customer went somewhere else. Or you paid for that lead and then never saw a single dollar come from it. I know what you're thinking. My marketing must be the problem. But if this number is low, the problem isn't marketing. It's what happens after the phone rings. That's a training issue, a process issue, a people issue. And this number right here will point you directly at it. Let me tell you about the one that most contractors are afraid to look at. It's called the callback rate. The contractors who don't track it are the same ones wondering why their reviews stopped being great 6 months ago, okay? Here's how simple it is. How many jobs this week required your team to go back out because something wasn't done right the first time? Divide that by total jobs completed, and you've got your callback rate. But here's the truth that you need to sit with. Every callback is a double cost. You're paying your guys to go back out, and on top of that, you're losing a customer because most people don't call to complain. They just never call you again. And if you're lucky, they leave a 3-star review on their way out the door. A high callback rate is screaming at you. It's telling you there's a training issue or a quality control problem, maybe even a specific tech on your team who's consistently rushing through jobs. Fix the root and the callbacks drop, the reviews go up, and the referrals start coming in again. That's when the business actually starts to feel easy. KPI number 5. Average collection period. I've seen contractors with full schedules miss payroll, not because the work wasn't there, but because the money they earned was still sitting in somebody else's bank account. This is your average collection period, and it will keep you from running out of cash while your business is actually growing, right? How many days on average does it take you to collect payment after the job is completed? You calculate it by taking your accounts receivable balance and dividing it by your average daily revenue. Let me put this in perspective for you real quick. Here's a scenario that quietly kills trade businesses, okay? Revenue is up, right? Jobs are getting done. Everything looks good on paper, but the cash isn't in the account because somebody owes you from 3 weeks ago. Somebody owes you from the last month, and you've got payroll due on Friday. That's a cash flow crisis disguised as a growth story, and it happens to good businesses every single day of the week. If your average collection period is climbing week over week, you've got a collection problem that needs to be addressed right now. Not next month, right now. Now, here's where people overthink this. I want to save you from yourself here. You don't need an expensive software and you don't need a consultant, right? You need a Google Sheet and a 15 minutes every, Monday morning to fill this thing out. 5 columns, 1 for each KPI and 1 row for each week. Every Monday before you do anything, pull up last week's numbers and plug them in. Then look at the trend, right? Is the number going up or down? Is it moving in the right direction for you? And here's what I love about making this a weekly habit for contractors. The numbers start talking to you. When your lead to close rate drops, go check whoever's answering the phones. When your callback rate spikes, pull up the jobs report and find out which crew member is rushing the jobs. When your gross profit per job shrinks, your material costs went up and your pricing hasn't caught up yet. The story is right there in front of you. You just have to go and look for it. Here's the honest truth about most contractors. They manage by feel. It was a good week, Josh. It felt like a good week. Or it felt slow, Josh. Feels really slow right now. The guys seem like they're working hard, right? Like you hear all kinds of these stories. But you and I both know feelings don't scale. Feelings can't tell you that your best tech is costing you money on every callback. Feelings can't tell you that your receptionist is letting 30% of your leads walk right out of the door before you even get a chance to go sell them. And feelings definitely can't tell you that you're profitable on paper but about to miss payroll this week. Numbers tell you that. These 5 numbers specifically. And when you're always tracking them, something shifts in how you lead. You stop reacting to everything and you start actually leading. You walk into your week knowing exactly where to focus, not because you felt it out, but because the data told you so. That's what separates the contractors who build something real from the ones who stay stuck, grinding forever and never actually getting ahead. Look, you got into the trades because you're good at the work, and that matters. But to build a business that actually gives you freedom, you've got to get just as good at running the business as you are at doing the work. 5 KPIs tracked weekly, right? 15 minutes on Monday mornings for you. That's where all this starts. And if you want a tool that makes this dead simple, I built a free KPI tracker for trade contractors. 5 numbers that will tell you the truth about your business every single week. No guessing, no gut feelings, just clarity. So go to the link in the description, open it in Google Sheets, make you a copy, and it's yours for free. The contractors who build real wealth aren't the ones who work the hardest. They're the ones who work the smartest. Start with these 5 numbers and let's go build something that lasts.